Like, this is not just, let's come on a Thursday night and be entertained. This is like, you need to desperately want to wake up out of this dream. Otherwise, it's going to keep happening to you again. If you remembered all your past lifetimes, you'd be so traumatized by now. You would not want to remember them. It's too difficult, right? So that's why yogis are desperate to get out of this dream, to realize the infinite being that's witnessing all creation, as opposed to being stuck in the dream. Because being stuck in the dream is not fun. Not fun. You're stuck you're a stick in the mud. You know? So, I, I've seen people come and go regarding satsang. And that's because they don't understand the importance of what we're doing. As I said, and I really mean this with sincerity, you need a desperation. If you're really going to get out of the troubles of your mind is so powerful. Think about how many millions of thoughts you have a day that are bombarding you. And they may not be bad thoughts, but they're bothersome. Right? They're like someone's poking you. They're just bothersome all day long. And imagine eons of that. Plus, would you want to live a blah life? Like, up to now, it's been pretty blah. Like, have you had any true, amazing, blissful experiences that are way out of this world? And if you have, you maybe had it for a second. So I'm talking about something that's so beautiful and heavenly that the bliss overwhelms you into tears. That's the kind of loveliness. Then, if the soul decides to incarnate into another body, well, the blissful consciousness is entrenched in your being. You can't get out of that now. Now you're in that instead of just blah. No one wants to live a blah life. That's why we're always chasing after the next best sweet to eat, because that's the only way we can feel better, is by eating those sweets. We feel at least a little bit better for like half an hour or something. And then, what does it do? It goes away. That's why I'm saying that the pleasures of this life are so ephemeral. And the funny thing is the more that you indulge into the pleasures, the more they got a hold of you. Like, they've got your neck. They're so convincing, and they get strong. It's like taking heroin. You think, oh, the first time, no big deal, I can just try it. Trust me, when you try heroin, it like, oh, well, what would it be like if I tried it again and again and again and again, and suddenly, boom, you're absolutely trapped in that. And you can't get out, and you need a team of people to break you out of your heroin addiction. It's like, that's what an ego is. It's such a strong heroin addiction of like wanting to feel that separateness of power. Oh, I'm in charge. That it's hard to break out and say, break out and say, you know what? All of this is God. And so there's nothing to fear. And I am that. Like, that's difficult because we get so afraid of viruses and house burning down and family dying and storms and earthquakes and floods and like all the fears that grip us that are so powerful, stuck in us. Could you imagine a life of fearlessness? Fear does not touch you. Hanuman was able to face a 10-headed demon, and he had not an ounce of fear. He was in awe. This is amazing, right? But fear, nothing. That's why he could defeat them. When you have no fear, no enemy can touch you. Because you don't care if you die, in a sense. You don't. Because death doesn't mean you die, because you're not the body. This is not you. This is a thing walking around in a dream. You're the infinite. There's a body inside you. That body dies. It's like taking off your clothes and putting on another pair of clothes. Does it matter? Does it matter if your clothes burn up? That's an enlightened being. An enlightened being is so fully conscious that it could take a body or lose it, and it doesn't matter because it's diffused everywhere, that being. It's an infinite consciousness. You have to realize this. You must. And you will, because you have no choice. I mean, that's the ultimate sort of evolutionary path of a human being. We don't know that the reason why we came into a human being's existence is so we could tread this path. Because if you're like a lizard, these lizards, all they do is squirrels, looking after food constantly, right? That's all they do. They don't have any higher thought. We can actually think ourselves out of our illusion because we've got a high philosophical mind that can break our concepts of our reality. We can do that with our own mind. We can break down our ego. The animals are trapped in an animalistic ego. They can't get out of it. They have to die, get into a human body if they can, so that they can then head towards the divine truth.